for me, the Standards Vice President, presenting the Excellence in Standards Award is truly a profound moment. The official description speaks of advancing our society's activities. But for those of us who live this work, we know this honor is reserved for individuals who have dedicated their career to create bedrock upon which our entire global media infrastructure is built. It recognizes the extraordinary commitment required to achieve the interoperability, quality, and stability that everyone else takes for granted.
That truth is perfectly embodied by Steve LLamb. Steve's work hasn't been about chasing trends. It's been about ensuring the entire global cinema industry agrees. He's a leader who doesn't just write standards, he builds the infrastructure that makes them accessible, truly advancing SMPTE's global impact.
Let's take a peek into Steve. Roll the video, please.
In a massive technology system where billions of transactions happen every day, success now hinges on uniformity. Steve LLamb's mission is to ensure that code, content, and collaboration flow with total accessibility across all platforms. As a leading authority on international standards, Steve recognized that codifying them is highly creative work. It makes complex systems run smoothly worldwide. Steve not only pioneered advancements like immersive audio and defined core cinema standards, his leadership also transformed the cinema standards landscape, guiding the reformation and merging of multiple committees into the fully encompassing 27C Cinema Technology Committee, which he now co-chairs. He also drove critical infrastructure transitions, including migrating to the SMPTE Standards Knowledge Network and launching HTML publishing to champion transparency and ease of use. Steve's impact resonates across the entire industry, reaching competitors, partners, and end users. His commitment ensures that every new technology, every piece of content isn't just created, it's delivered with equality, cementing accessibility as the fundamental principle that drives the future of media.
I'd like to thank SMPTE and all its members and participating companies for this honor. This is very out of the blue for me. I've been working in this industry for such a long time, I can't even begin to express my gratitude for this. I'd also like to thank everybody involved in the standards community specifically. I'd like to also thank my company, Deluxe, for the support of doing this work for endless amounts of time. Also my family, specifically my wife and my doggies. Standards are important. It's because without the linchpin of our industry, the wheels wouldn't turn, the screws wouldn't tighten. And you know, I always find it very important to basically preserve the historical nature of it as well. You know, in a digital world, we still need things to move and interchange, and interoperability is super important. Accessibility is super important. And without standards, that wouldn't even be possible because we would all be talking different languages. I want to thank you again for this honor. Enjoy the rest of your evening and enjoy the rest of this gala. And thank you again for SMPTE. I remember when I first started getting involved, I was talking to one of my mentors, Jim Whittlesey, and we were like having this conversation about, you know, why it's so important to get involved, because like sometimes people don't really know what's going on behind the scenes and all the little nuts and bolts. And he took me to a screening for something, and seeing, like, I'd been to obviously working in the industry already for quite a few years, but seeing all the people that were actually making the nuts and bolts turn. And I was like, wait a second, I've seen this person come to our screenings all the time, like, but they're also doing behind the scenes stuff too? Like, this is crazy. Like, how is that even possible? And then, like, that's when I started getting involved more in SMPTE, because I was already involved in it, but not involved directly in SMPTE. And it was super weird, because it was like, hey, these same people I talk to all the time, and I go to other meetings about it, and it's really kind of cool. The biggest thing is that, you know, like, as people are aging out, like, newer people are starting to get involved and that's really exciting for me because I remember back 10 years ago, I was one of the youngest people in the room, and now, like, all the people that I had considered mentors and stuff, they're starting to age out and everything, and we're getting to that point where we don't have a lot of new people anymore, but then, like, various people, like students and people I work with in Deluxe, they're super excited about it. I'm like, where did this come from? Because, like, back when I was starting to get into it, like, nobody really kind of helped you get into it. And now, like, it's more being collaborative. That's why I really wanted to start doing what I was doing, where, like, trying to get more people involved, because, like, the hardest thing is, like, this assumed barrier of entry, because it's like you just don't know what you don't know to ask.